Welcome to the Lucky Kitchen. Today we're going to demonstrate how to make these beautiful almond and orange biscotti. We'll be using Lucky almond meal and Lucky natural almonds. This is what you'll need for the ingredients. 335 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 170 grams of caster sugar, 65 grams of Lucky almond meal, 150 grams of Lucky natural almonds, roasted and chopped, 3 eggs, lightly beaten, the finely grated rind of an orange, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now might be a good time to pause and write down the ingredients. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade. To roast your almonds, scatter them on a lined baking tray and pop them in the oven for around 10 minutes. Of course, to save time, you can always use Lucky's oven roasted almonds instead. You can find either in your local supermarket. Once you've roasted the almonds, chop them coarsely on a board like so. Make sure not to chop them too finely. Line 2 baking trays with baking paper. To get started, sift flour, baking powder, spices and salt together into a large bowl. Then, stir through sugar, almond meal, and your roasted almonds. In a separate bowl, whisk the eggs, rind and vanilla. Make a well in your bowl of dry ingredients. Pour in the egg mixture, mix with wooden spoon until combined. And then mix with hands until a dough forms. Divide the dough in half with a knife. Now this is important. Lightly flour hands to prevent sticking. Roll each piece into a log about 4 centimetres wide and 30 centimetres long. Transfer the logs to a prepared baking tray, about 10 centimetres apart. Bake for 15 to 20 minutes until slightly risen and a light golden brown. Take the logs out of the oven and let them cool for 10 minutes. Once they are cool, using a serrated knife, cut each log carefully into 1 centimetre wide slices. If the logs are still a bit soft, pop them in the freezer for about 10 minutes to really firm up. Once cut, spread the biscuits in a single layer on 2 baking trays. Bake for 15 minutes, turning the biscuits over halfway through baking until pale gold. Transfer to a wire rack to cool completely. This recipe makes about 60 biscuits. They are great to have on hand for when guests visit or to give as a Christmas gift. The biscotti will keep, stored in an airtight container, for up to 2 weeks.